just an average bantha costume, 3 stars. The bantha costume was pretty amazing once I figured out how to appropriately strap it on the hat portion, but even then it did not fit correctly. The hat size is definitely made for much smaller dogs, and with the hat having fit correctly, the Tuscan Raider was able to sit upright on the dog's back, and I was able to get the hat to stay by tying a bandana on the straps to make it longer so the hat would be allowed to be tight, but not too tight on the dog's head. So for example, I have an Alaskan Malamute, and she weighs around 85 pounds, and this costume did not fit her torso and neck area. The Velcro straps were long enough that I could adjust them so they fit her sorta. That was the only major issue. It was too small for her cranium. All in all, I knew what I was getting into after reading the reviews. This is definitely not a one-size-fit-all bantha costume for a dog. I would not highly recommend, but do buy if you don't find one that's helping mix it up. Great for fat dogs with tiny heads. 3 stars. 5 stars. Great costume, but too small with my beagle. And then 1 star. 1 star. The dog things here are wild. This is the dog costume you were looking for. 5 stars. The force is strong with min pins, so she needed to dress the part. The costume is really well made, and if I have one complaint, it's that I wish between size medium or large or medium husky, my min pin is full of very midi-chlorians, and at 19 pounds, her fit is tight. Still, the outfit has stretch so that she fits in it. Also, need a plush lightsaber that can just attach to her belt. So that's some reviews of dog costumes that are Star Wars. Roll tape. Hey, I think this is right. I'm gonna have to have someone come back on for me to know if this is right. Hi guys, welcome to an episode of Live in the Dark with Videodrew, starring me, Videodrewella DeVille. You know, because I'm suing for the IP now. We have a very special show. People are joining us. We have somebody that I've wanted to have on the show for a very, very long time. But first, guys, Streamlabs are open. Give me money. Streamlabs.com/Videodrew. Videodrew is one word. For the love of God, it is one word. If you type in 2 words into Google, you're going to find video of Drew Brees doing something football related, probably. So yeah. So Videodrew is one word. You can also send in super chats, but like those are fine. But if you send it in through the Streamlabs, you'll get the little voice, and it's creepy. How are you all today? I'm doing great. Hi, Amber. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Adelia and Rob. Guys, I'm really excited for the show tonight, and not only because I now own at least one puppy that's sleeping right now. We'll bring her out at some point. But also because we have, joining me, as always, my other familiar, Daney the Crow boy.
I was replaced.
Replaced by what?
By the dog.
Oh, that's not the thing I feel like he should be worried about. There's so many other things that I could use to replace you, Daney. The dog is way far down the list. Although his ears are so cute. His ears are so cute.
I dig the new hair, by the way.
Thank you. It's actually old hair. I'm in the process of suing Disney for stealing my look and my identity and my moral consciousness for their new movie, Cruella de Vil, which is, of course, a prequel of my life story and how I ended up a very famous dog entrepreneur. Is that what she does? Does she sell dogs, or does she make coats out of dogs?
She makes coats out of dogs. Like the stuff that you are on, like your couch, is made out of dogs to her.
But is that her job? Is she like a fashion person? I feel like she's in fashion. Anyway, I really like the idea of this movie, even though I feel like it's going to be historically inaccurate, seeing as I never lived in London, and I don't talk like that. I don't talk in that silly way. But other than that, just totally ripped off my deal. Is Taco there as well, says Amber? No, not Taco. Taco is not here right now, but there is a dog named Sammy. Guys,
And its name is Sammy, exactly.
Sammy. I didn't name it Sammy. If I had named a dog, it would be called Drew. No, wait. Better than that.
You called the dog Drew.
And that's how I know I'm gonna love it. Anyway, Danny, what's been new with you? Have you seen any more sightings of
Gary?
Meth Bird?
Gary, we call him Gary, you know. We need to be more God. Sean.
So guys, if you weren't here last week, this is what Big Bird looks like in Brazil. As you can see, he's just escaped whatever fate ended up with Walter White at the end of Breaking Bad, and he's started his own meth operation. Big Bird has totally just renounced this guy, no longer in the family, but I'm obsessed with him because why even make his eyes that red unless you're trying to say this?
His eyes not red. They're yellow, but the eyebrows are red.
Those are not. First of all, birds don't have eyebrows. Second of all, those are definitely like the eyelids. And third of all, even
I have eyebrows. They're cute.
Anyway, did you get me his number? Because I did ask for his contact info because my guy's out of town this weekend, and I don't know if he shifts to the United States or if he can fly or if you guys have some sort of connection. But I want whatever in those blue things. I want.
You know, he was my partner once at crime.
Yeah? During the Crowbat Wars, or what's going on?
Exactly. No. After the Crowbat Wars, we had to, you know, people had so few money, so we needed to get a little more. So we robbed a bank, and since then, I am the Outlaw Crow.
How do I feel about that? Okay, sure. Like we'll put that canon. That's canon now. He's the Outlaw Crow. Whatever happened to that restaurant you were opening up with like Guy Fieri or something?
With Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay. Sorry, they're the same person to me. Gordon Ramsay and Guy
They
Fieri.
were cooking crows. I saved the people that was about to eat the crows. In Italy. It was in Italy.
You know, it's funny because I'm pretty sure all of Reddit right now is eating a lot of crow after our matches this weekend. I'm pretty sure I just went on Reddit and made sure that everyone was enjoying their delicious, delicious crow after the pay-per-view matches of the Schmoedown this season. But
why do you go to Reddit?
Because sometimes I like it when people talk stuff about me and then I can like respond being like, "Did you get that PayPal money I sent you?" Thumbs up signal. And then everything they say sounds like it's BS because it sounds like I paid them off, and it's like really funny. And I find that really funny.
I wish they talk about me on Reddit, you know?
Yeah. They've gotten kind of sick of me though, because they keep responding, "Drew, we don't hate you. We really like you. Get over it." And then I have to, you know, find a new way to piss them off.
Okay, how many accounts do you have on Reddit? Just let me know that.
Well, I had a Videodrew, but it was shadow banned like a couple years ago. So now I'm Videodrew 2. And she talks really cool. And she also hangs out in the Twin Peaks forums a lot. But guys, we have a very, very special guest tonight. Somebody that I really should have had on the show a long time ago, way before episode 20, whatever we are on. 20. God, how would you know that? This is a person that you know, I've gone back and forth with. We used to work together. He's very cool. He likes hats. He let me wear one once. He's tall. You guys know who I'm talking about yet? Okay. Well, we're going to bring him on to do the news segment because he knows a lot about movie stuff, and so do I.
Question mark?
Question mark? It's Mr. John, the Outlaw Rocha, or maybe it's the Outlaw John Rocha. I can't remember. Anyway, it's him.
Sometimes they vary.
Hey. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I'll put the bookmark in. This reading about young Orson Welles. That's how I do educate myself. I'm excited to be here to hang out with you crazy people, and I love the hair. Love the hair. Love the hair. Everyone's doing it.
It is definitely for real, and definitely something I came up with on my own, and was not directly inspired by a trailer that came out this week.
Of course not.
No, I don't watch trailers, nor do I react to them. Yes. What's up?
John, how are you?
I'm good. I'm exhausted. It's a Sunday. I've had a very, very busy weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm starting a very, very busy week, but I'm good.
Yeah. What you doing? What you up to?
Well, working. I mean, when you run your own channel, you're 24 hours a day. You're just thinking about what can I do next? How can I do it better? So it consumes me. But today I took a little bit of a break, drove around, went to an outlet mall, walked around, bought some things, and then came home and I relaxed with my lady for a little bit, had some dinner, and now I'm here hanging out with you all, and it's already an unusually memorable experience, a uniquely memorable experience already.
Oh, nice.
What I remember about the last time we talked about anything involving an outdoor excursion was last March or April.
Yeah.
And you went to Target, and you did not have a good time at the Target.
Oh, the cell phone situation.
Yeah.
The call. Yeah, I remember that.
So how's it been? Like a year later, how is it going to outlet malls and buying things like capitalism always intended?
There are people who don't believe in the distancing. There are people who don't believe in the masks. So I find that my ire rate level rises when I get into those places. But what really helped me is that I had a lot of my Outlaw Nation people training me up for my upcoming Schmoedown matches. So I was on the phone on Discord for 4 hours. Wow. So the drive up, training, all walking through the mall, training. I'm sure I was loudly yelling answers in the middle of the Nike factory store. Well, and then getting food and then driving back for another hour.
That actually is the Videodrew patent, tried and true method of making sure people socially distance. Yeah. Because I see this in Brooklyn all the time. If it's 4 a.m. and you're walking down Bushwick Avenue, you just start talking to yourself. You just start talking to yourself and you make faces and you're just like, and then people just don't mess with you. I was the only person that was not robbed this one summer in Bushwick. All my friends.
That's a great tactic.
Like, she's crazy.
Yeah.
And, they were not wrong.
The best is when you're like, no, that's not the right answer. Not the right answer.
Not the right answer. JT.
Yeah, JT. Yeah.
Exactly. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat.
Congrats on your new puppy.
Thank you. It's one of 2, and it's definitely not being made for a cloak or anything because I'm not in fashion. We're getting. We have Sammy here right now. She's a little sleepy puppy. But then we have
Sammy's a girl.
By the way, can we talk about this fool you got on the show with you taking half my name? You need to earn that name, child. You don't get to name yourself something you've never earned. What are you? What are you, the late great Kobe Bryant who called himself the Black Mamba before anybody else called him the Black Mamba? Give me a break.
Did you saw the Brazilian Big Bird? We are partners in crime, Johnny.
Not Johnny. Unless you want me to stomp your Macarenas into dust. I am not Johnny. Keep going.
I know. I was going to put on some headphones. Is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yes, you might need some more headphones.
Yeah.
No, just because I don't want to upset my doggy. You guys banter for another.
This reminds me of Germany 7-2. I think it was. Wasn't that what the score was? I think it was.
Oh my God. I'm going back then. I'm Brazilian, John, but I don't care that much about soccer.
That's insane. How are you Brazilian?
Yes, I know, right? No, here it is like the most cultural stuff, like everybody loves, but I never really cared. I played a little bit when I was a little younger, but
I could see you playing with like with a cigarette in your mouth.
I could see you playing with yourself. Absolutely, I could see that happening.
That is not what he meant.
Oh, are we sure?
Anyway,
guys, we're going to read some movie news, which is our next segment, which is where we talk about all the fun things that have happened this week in the movies and all the exciting things. And you guys love to hear it because you love to hear my take on films.
Life.
Yeah.
No, it's like mostly films. Okay, let's do it. Let's get to it. And John, because you do this stuff, I want you to weigh in on some of these news too.
Sure.
Unfortunately, Daney has to read it, so you might have to, try to parse the words. But
are there subtitles? Yeah, I'm gonna need subtitles.
Wow! What a disrespect. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a new Supergirl in town. The young and restless star Sasha Calle has been cast as the DC comic hero and will make her film debut in the upcoming installment, The Flash.
Okay. Well, I've got a couple thoughts on that.
Go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Vernon. Thanks for that donation, Vernon. Jog chow fun. What is Supergirl? What is The Flash? And what's a Sasha Calle? And
First of all, let me correct the Brazilian who's purposely mispronouncing it. Sasha Calle is her name. And she is of, I believe she's of Colombian heritage or Argentinian heritage, one of the countries in South America.
Oh, that's why.
I think it's Colombian because Muschietti is from Argentina, so she has Colombian heritage to her.
Is Andy Muschietti involved in this?
Yeah, Andy Muschietti is the director. Yes, he's the director for the Flash movie. Yes.
Then I might actually be somewhat interested in it. Now, wasn't it cooler though for a second when I thought her last name was Kael, and then I was like, maybe they actually hired Supergirl.
That's a good.
Now, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Canonically, what does Supergirl have to do with the Flash? Are they friends? Are they?
Well, in the comics, they've crossed paths in different storylines for sure, but I think what they're doing with the Flash movie is essentially Flashpoint. Not the full story, but some of it. So they're launching different characters or different timelines. And one of the new characters they're launching is Supergirl. And the way Supergirl initially was proposed was she was going to actually be older than Superman, that she was essentially babysitting Superman when he arrived on Earth. So there was some of that. So I don't know if they're still going to go that route, if they're going to do Superman and move Henry Cavill off of it, but this is fantastic because we've never had a Latina Supergirl on screen. So for my people, this is excellent.
Why can't we call her Superwoman if she's older than Superman?
Well, Superman's a baby.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So not to get on my SJW high horse about this, because that's my favorite high horse to get on. I'm talking about my Sarah Jessica Parker high horse.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, guys. We're going to have a little intro here.
Okay.
It's our first intro to...
Oh, my substitute.
Not a substitute. This is Sammy.
Hello, Sammy.
Hey, Sammy. She's so cute. Anyway, she will make a wonderful fur vest one day.
Yeah.
My...
Oh, she's so cute. Anyway, now I'm going to talk in my ASMR voice, so Sammy's going to be happy.
Nice.
But, so is you saying this is Flash like Flash?
I like this voice.
Flash like Flashpoint? Like, or Flash like the character The Flash?
Well, it's the character Flash, but it's they're using the Flashpoint paradox. As the Flashpoint is a graphic novel about the Flash where he goes into multiple timelines and multiple universes, and like Thomas Wayne is Batman in one universe,
and guess what?
Wife is the Joker.
Yeah, and it's me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm Flashpoint, Martha Wayne. That's my favorite thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Yes, everybody can see that. Yes. Oh, that's so cute.
She's so cute. So guys, I think that's pretty good on that. Is Ezra Miller gonna be in it?
Yes, apparently she did. Yeah, she did. What do you call those? Chemistry tests with him, and apparently they were excellent. So he is still scheduled to be the Flash. They haven't addressed that whole situation. I don't know what they're going to do with it, especially on the heels of the Ray Fisher situation. I don't know how.
Yeah, because Ray Fisher is no longer involved, right?
No, he's not going to be in the Flash movie. No, Cyborg is not.
Well, I mean, I feel like Joss Whedon is canceled now, so maybe we could bring him back in, right? Because like we canceled Joss, right?
Yes, but Ray is trying to get Walter Hamada canceled, so that's tough when you're trying to get the head of Warner Brothers and DC canceled. That's not an easy thing to do. Well, not
the big boss.
Yeah, the big boss. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, let's go on to our next little piece of news.
I like this ASMR voice of yours. Now you're going to talk like this.
Yes, I am.
Version 3, a new entry in the... Okay. A new entry in the beloved movie series is in active development at the Studio Canal. The French movie production and distribution company is working hard on film 3 with the utmost care as 1 and 2.
Okay, so I don't know what that is, and I don't care for it. Like, what is that? What is that?
It's a bear and wears a hat.
Okay, that's not natural. God didn't intend that. God didn't build that. It's some Build-A-Bear. Is this Build-A-Bear thing? What is it? And why do I not burn it with fire immediately? Go.
It's a British bear.
Oh, that's okay. I see. That's better.
You know, the second film is the only film to ever get 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and stay at 100%. 2 years later, it still is at 100%. And what are there have been a number of great British actors that have been I forget who the voice is. Ben Whishaw, the voice of Paddington? I forget.
I know that Hugh Grant
Sean is nodding yes.
Hugh Grant is somebody whose name sounds way too much like mine, and I don't like what that does to my Google search results, but I heard he was fantastic in it. Oh, don't get me started on the time that Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore were in a movie together, because music and lyrics, that's been it's been messing up my Google search results for years now. So is it worth watching if I hate it and want to burn it with fire? Just on a look-see right here.
I think so. I think it's a great challenge for you to watch it and see how much you want to burn of it, or if by the end you want to take that bear home with you.
Is it possible? Yeah.
You want to eat it?
Oh, right.
Oh, I am hungry. Is it possible that it is one of these things where it's a cursed object, like a Horcrux, or like a like owls?
It's possible.
Feels like there is something in it that is alive and haunting, and its eyes are too real. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll end up liking it. If it has a British accent, I'll probably end up dating it. So who am I to talk? Right. Oh, governor. So, yeah. Well, I mean, John, what are your theories on bears that talk but have British accents and so maybe are cute? I don't know.
They disarm you. They disarm you with the fact that they have British accents, so you think they're intelligent bears.
Right.
But so that's just to lure you in so they can have you for dinner.
John makes a good point. Not all British people are smart.
Yeah, no, don't believe the accent. There's a lot of yabos out there. For those of you who are British and know what that.
Yeah, haven't you ever read The Sun, or any of those tabloids? They're not the smartest people. And what else is bad about the British? You know what? Let's go on to the next one.
I don't have any problems with the British. They seem nice people.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a semester in Britain, in London, doing theater criticism. I saw history, but really?
Not criticism, but studying theater for 6 months there. Yeah.
Oh, did you also go to Oberlin College in 2006?
I did not. I went to Florida State in 1998. So we were there on Great Russell Street. They have a branch there on Great Russell Street.
I was I was a block away from Sherlock Holmes' house on Baker Street.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We got to see the first run of History Boys with the original cast.
Yeah.
So I got to see young James Corbin before he became intolerable.
Wow.
Dominic Cooper
he
and
really
Richard
is intolerable. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to see a lot of great theater in London, but that's neither here or there, except to say that I'm very educated and very, very well-rounded.
Yes.
Of course.
Oh my God. Did you put this up for me? Read the next one.
There is no next one.
Yeah, read the thing at the bottom.
We could be talking about Mortal Kombat. I'm so disappointed in Sean. Really?
I'm not disappointed about this at all. Keep going.
You think Mortal Kombat's a Videodrew conversation topic?
I would like to know her thoughts. I think the audience does
I do have thoughts on Mortal Kombat. I do.
Really?
Yeah, because me and my dad used to play that, and I have some thoughts on it.
Wow.
See, gotcha.
Gotcha.
John, not to give too many secrets away, video game movies are my strength. That's why.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not the Outlaw Daney not the Outlaw Crow has convinced me now. All right, interesting. All right.
See, I know a little something about the Videodrew.
Mm-hmm.
Video games movies also silly though, because it's like movies that just have video games in them. But that's another time. We can discuss that.
I mean, you can't play the game and study at the same time.
No, if there's a movie like Tron or Jumanji or something that's in the video game movie category and it's not a real video game, I feel like that's kind of. But anyway,
okay.
Read the next one, Danny.
Wednesday Addams live-action series has been ordered at Netflix. They have given the coming-of-age series an 8-episode order. Tim Burton is on board to direct and as an executive producer.
Guys, so I'd really like to.
I can see that.
I'd like to announce this here. Let's see, we got 13 viewers. That's a good number for me.
Wow.
I have been asked to participate in this show by not coming to the premises of the studio, and I've got an official letter from Tim Burton and the productions of Netflix, basically saying that I am not allowed within 500 feet of this production. But I think actually that's a really good sign, because what are they hiding? Are they hiding that they've again stolen all of my original IP and are trying to make a show out of it? I don't know, but my lawyers are going to be on it faster than you can say, I don't have lawyers. I don't have any lawyers. Thoughts, John? Thoughts on the Wednesday Addams show?
My initial reaction was one of anger, because I was like, in 2021, we're going to have a 62-year-old man do a series about a teenage girl. And then my lady Outlaw, who is very good at pumping the brakes on my horse, said, slow down, Chief.
Chief?
He has a 14-year-old daughter, and with Helena Bonham Carter. And so that changed my mind about it, because I was like, because Tim Burton has done a good movie since I was a young child, I think. So it's been a while.
I thought, let me back up for a second. I thought that, not Big Fish.
Big Fish. Don't you say Dumbo.
No, Dumbo was interesting. I thought that had something to it, but no, I think Big Fish was really good. I think
Big Fish.
And I really kind of liked, Big Eyes. Did I kind of like Big Eyes?
Did you like Big Eyes?
I feel like there was something to Big Eyes that wasn't quite all the way. Mars Attacks, great film. But I agree with you. He hasn't done great stuff in a while. But specifically, I think that's Johnny Depp has really brought him down. Sweeney Todd was good. Sweeney Todd was an okay.
Wait a minute. You think Johnny Depp has brought him down? Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I think his association with Johnny Depp, who has spiraled into like crazy, has really hindered his ability to like branch out and get different kind of actors and find different kinds of stories. His best movie is, let's be honest, is Ed Wood, which is Larry. It's written by somebody else. It was Larry and what's the other guy's name? The guys who did The People versus O.J. Simpson, and they wrote Dolomite Is My Name. They're like the real. He should have stuck with them and continued making movies about Hollywood and weird stuff. Yeah. But is this animated, or is this live action?
Live action. Yeah, it's going to be kind of like what they did with Sabrina, I think. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
So it's not going to be like that time that for some reason they decided the Addams Family was Charlize Theron and Oscar Isaac, people who look exactly like the characters they're supposed to play. For some reason, it's not animated. That was the craziest decision I've ever seen in my life.
Is Charlize the voice of Morticia in the animated series?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
And Chloe Grace Moretz and Finn Wolfhard me. If
it fits, right? It fits.
Yeah, but I mean, especially if you've seen Sucker Punch recently. I mean, Oscar, why would you? If you've seen Sucker Punch recently, please leave. Leave everything, go away. But if you've seen Sucker Punch, Oscar Isaac has that pencil thin mustache in it, and he's really creepy. And I feel like he's just chef's kiss.
The music of that movie is good.
Yeah, that movie's a great like music video that goes on forever. I can't wait.
Never ends.
I can't wait for the Snyder cut
of Sucker Punch.
Yeah, the Snyder cut of Sucker Punch. Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody's waiting for that. Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on one second. We are interrupting this show to find something that I misplaced a second ago.
Dog food, probably.
No, we didn't buy dog food. The dog can eat human food.
Human food, then. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the show, Mr. John Rocha.
This is the show, people.
This is the show.
John, now is the time where we interview you about stuff.
Okay. All right. Let's have fun.
So, what's been going on with you lately, man? I haven't seen you in forever. Are you good? How's life? How's tricks? How's lady? How's movie watching? How's training? What are you training?
How's work? Hosting? You do a lot of fucking stuff, man.
How's training? What are you training for? What new slices are you excited for? And what is your method? And what is your secret?
Well, I won't give away any of my slices that I'm looking at, but just because there are new slices doesn't mean you have to select the new slices. That's the thing that some people get a little too excited about. But certainly looking at all the slices, I've been very blessed to have such great people in the Outlaw Nation who have taken upon themselves to come up with Schmoedown questions for all the new slices. And they've been training me every Sunday for like 2 to 3 hours over the internet, and it's been great. It's great. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, I think that there's something to be said. And look, I'm not trying to hide this fact because it would be literally impossible to hide this fact. Nor do I think necessarily admitting this fact will help anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw that David Lynch was a new wheel slice, and that was literally the first thing I ever asked when coming to Schmoedown. They said, pick a slice. It's anything you want, because they didn't just give me a list of things. I went,
Right.
David Lynch. And Mark Ellis went, who's that? And then I went, it's not a slice? Not a slice? Yeah. So the fact that that's included now, I feel like is really, there's a lot more representation across the board in a lot of ways, martial arts, black cinema, but there's specifically Drew representation. And so for that, I'm very happy.
I'm gonna need some. Clearly, no one has been in Christian's ear about Latino cinema. There needs to be. I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with a black cinema slice. I'm cool with a black cinema slice. But hey, we're here too. God damn it! And we make up 40% of the repeat business in movie theaters every month. NPR did a study in 2016. Latinos constitute 34 to 44% of the return business every month for movies. And because we love them in our culture, And
is it because possibly like it falls under foreign language things, or is there a specific type of because black cinema, there's like black exploitation, and
Jennifer Lopez is not the foreign language.
Oh, so anybody that's anyone who's Latino,
Latino is just like anyone, just like black cinema is anyone who, if it's a predominantly black story, I think there's predominantly Latino stories you can tell in this. La Bamba is a Latino.
Selena.
Selena.
I just watched Selena for the first time, and I spent that entire movie going, because I thought I knew the story of Selena, and I went, man, they're really making that boyfriend character out to be very sympathetic, considering he kills her. And I was about to take a quiz on it, and Nerd Chronic turns to me and he goes, "The boyfriend didn't kill Selena." And I went, "What? Oh, are you sure?" What am I thinking of? Because I was about to take a 20 question quiz on it, and I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't Selena's boyfriend?"
No.
No, it was not.
It was one of her
but John is right. Like in Brazil, Warner Brothers has one of the biggest markets here. Like people here loves to go to Warner Brothers films.
Like City of God, that's a Latino. El Mariachi, Desperado.
Oh yeah, any of the Robert Rodriguez.
American Me, McFarland USA.
Paranormal Activity 4, the marked ones, which is actually a really good ones.
Like Water for Chocolate?
The Water for Chocolate. So anything Spanish too, right? You would call it like Ikama.
Anything that's been shown here in the States. Yeah, Book of Life is a Latino.
Book of Life, yeah.
Oh, you can do all that. Fools Rush In counts because that's him trying to ingratiate himself with her Latina family.
Okay.
I think I get Machete, Spanglish.
Machete, yeah.
Kronos.
Robert Rodriguez, Kronos, great pull. Would Guillermo del
Toro?
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro will count for a number of things. Sure, absolutely.
Now, if it is a Latino person in a movie, but it's not a Latina story, let's say like Jennifer Lopez, Matthew McConaughey falling in love, Wedding Planner or whatever, would that count? Or like Made in Manhattan?
I think that would have to be up to PJ to decide if it counts or not. But I wouldn't necessarily think it counts. I think you'd have to have something that had a Latino flavor to it. Just like black cinema, it's not because Eddie Murphy's in a film, it's black cinema, right? There are some movies that are black cinema, like Dolomite. I would consider that black cinema versus something like Trading Places is not. So
funny. I was thinking I was discussing this recently. And this is more talking shop than we usually do.
Yeah.
But I am actually interested to pick your brain. If you don't mind, you don't have to give up any trade secrets.
Sure.
But I do think it's interesting because the Black Exhibition match was awesome. That was a really good match.
Yeah.
There were like a couple questions that was like, Jumanji's black cinema? Okay. I'll buy it because I'm not the gatekeeper of this. However, I do think it opens itself up to a very Drew-like categorical challenge at one point, which I think can be done on a case-by-case basis. There's a rule that they wrote in the rule book that is specifically the Videodrew rule. Of you can challenge
the Videodrew rule.
Yeah,
they should call it that.
It's called the categorical challenge rule, which is if you challenge something categorically, then it needs to be on the top 3 of the IMDb tags in order to count. Unfortunately, black cinema or none of that's an IMDb tag.
Yeah.
So it's going to be up to like an individual. I think it's a case by case basis, but I'm so glad they're doing it. Even if I'm not good at it, I'm so glad that it's being done. And I think it's so necessary. And like, I really am supporting it 100% of the way.
Well, people need
And
to understand, right? Just like the evolution of Videodrew, from when she first started on here to the stellar show she's doing now, the Schmoedown also must be allowed to evolve. Everybody's screaming and going on their Twitter and making and putting the spotlight on themselves and their anger, and the sanctimonious self-righteousness at times has got to stop. Why don't you create something? Then you see what it's like and understand that those things evolve. And the Schmoedown has been in a constant state of evolution. Every year it gets better. Every year we get more inclusion, more diversity, what have you. That's all happening. But people want it to happen to all overnight because they feel it should have been this way from the beginning. And it's like, just calm down. Whatever you're involved in wasn't fully what it is now when you first started to get involved in it. So evolution, there must be space created for evolution and patience and understanding. So,
and I think especially after, and not to get too serious, but after this summer, there was a real big eye opener. I think for a lot of people, especially for me. Especially for me. Yeah, this summer was really all about me. But,
of course it was. Everybody talked about you.
No, but in terms of realizing that, I do have these inherent, biases, prejudice. I told myself, well, I don't watch a lot of Denzel movies because I don't like dramas. I don't like, I don't watch a lot of stories that are about, the Black experience because I don't like sad stories or like stories about suffering. I also don't watch Shoah or Schindler's List, and those about, my people. But it inherently boxes out a large swath of cinema. And if you only get questions that are about the kinds of cinema that I or someone else who's a white person who plays this game and likes certain kinds of nerdy stuff, you are going to be really at a disadvantage. Like, just in terms of like your ability to know a bunch of different kinds of film, you need to have a broad range. And I think martial arts, like Akira Kurosawa, that's another great example. As much as I want everyone to watch every David Lynch film, if they're going to have to prep to get ready for me, I want them to all think that they're going to have to deal with that. I want to have to prep for Oprah and for Whoopi and for Tyler Perry, even if it's not something that I'm like completely comfortable with, because I think it's good. It
takes out you of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and then it turns out I like some things of that. Not the Tyler Perry stuff for the most part, but like everything else.
I don't disagree with you. And I don't know if there's a lot of people who feel that Tyler Perry is necessarily the best category, but you can't deny his success to the box office, so it's valid.
Yeah, I mean, you also can't deny that like there's a huge audience for his work. So it's like saying that like Nick Cage doesn't deserve to be on there because there's tons of Nick Cage movies that are just total garbage. But I think Nick Cage is well, you know what? I'm done talking about shop or whatever. But let's talk about what you want to talk about, John. What has been going on in the movie world right now that you find super duper interesting?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know. I was asked what we were going to talk about. I didn't have anything prepared. What is going on in the? I don't know. I love the fact that we're getting so many interesting movies that were getting streamed to our house. Nomadland dropped over the weekend. What an incredibly awesome and sad movie. Then Judas and the Black Messiah last week. And so I like that. For all the people who were complaining about, like Scorsese complaining about these tentpole pictures, there are still such incredible directors and actors creating movies that are showing you another experience, another avenue of life. Minari is another one, right? The one that just came out with Stephen Yeun. Yeah. There's so much happening now that I think for all the complaints about and for all the shittiness of COVID and what have you, and us not being able to go to the theater, we're still, thank God, getting some great movies being streamed to us at our homes that we can enjoy and have conversations about.
And the cinematic experience doesn't, it's not restricted to the movie theater. You can have a cinematic experience at your home. And I think COVID has shown us that.
I think also there's something to be said for like movies like Tenet, like Christopher Nolan, this big, Christopher Nolan movies, and I do love Christopher Nolan, but like every movie of his is him doing a Prestige, like it's him doing the blood and then the turn and the Prestige, like that's all his movies. Tenet I saw with the subtitles on. I don't know how anyone in that theater who saw that movie in a movie theater would have gotten what was happening in that movie, because he's so big on like the sound mixing to make it inaudible for people. I recently rewatched Memento, and I was like, now that's a perfect Christopher Nolan movie. But I feel like his issue with people watching his movies at home, I wonder if it's just because people will start to see that, like, you know, the rabbit's in the hat, and, you know, he's telling you to look over here while he's really doing something over here.
I think you bring up an excellent point, Drew, and I think Nolan has been chasing Memento ever since he made it, and that is, you're right,
interesting,
that is the most perfectly realized Christopher Nolan movie that he's ever done, and he has tried to mess with time in so many other movies, but but Memento is still the number one movie about that is a really good, because even Prestige is messing with time, right?
It's also just like Prestige is a little bit messing with time. Prestige is more messing with the you know, the idea of the tricks and the doubles and the things. And I actually really love the Prestige. I think it's like, you know, for me it goes you know, Inception I truly loathed when I saw it in theaters, but I can come appreciate its scale and its ideas. But it really is, you know, if you think about Inception, it's like thinking about a dream. You're like, that doesn't actually track. Interstellar could have taken or leaving it. Dark Knight Rises, great, best film ever. Love that movie. You know, the Batman trilogy I thought was really good. I think that like The Following, his first film, was pretty excellent.
Oh yeah.
You know, but Dunkirk, I really appreciated the technical scale of it, but I don't like war movies, so maybe that's my own thing. And then I'm trying to think of his other big ones. What am I missing?
Interstellar.
I said Interstellar.
Insomnia.
The one I have not seen.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the one I'm gonna see. Yeah.
Okay.
So I really like Christopher Nolan, but I feel like I almost want to say Jonathan Nolan is maybe the better of the two in terms of story or world building. Like Westworld was especially, I think, good in that first season because it was Jonathan and his wife.
Yeah.
Like as the creators of it. Anyway, that's my thing about Christopher Nolan. I just think that I can understand why he's so upset about people watching movies at home, because it's like his whole thing is just performance. It's supposed to be like an overwhelming blitzkrieg of stuff. Because I'll tell you something about Tenet, doesn't make any sense. Nothing in that movie can hold together if you think about it for longer than like 2 seconds.
I agree 1,000%.
Yeah, that is very true.
You said you've seen Minari. Have you seen any of the other A24, the new upcoming A24 news that's been out about Joaquin Phoenix and doing the new Ari Aster film?
No, I haven't seen any of that. Talk to me about that.
So A24 is now producing their first film. Like they've, you know, been their distribution. They're producing Ari Aster's next film, starring Joaquin Phoenix. I believe it's called Depression Department or something like that. It's going to be interesting. Ari Aster, of course, is the next person named Ari I'm going to marry. He really understands female hysteria as a form of horror, but as power. Yeah. I really appreciate that about him. Yeah. They're also doing the Green Knight, right? With Dev Patel.
That looks, the trailers have already dropped for that a while ago, so I can't wait for that to come out. Yeah. It looks great. Yeah.
I finally saw parts of Uncut Gem.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
did you like it?
Oh God.
No,
so let's be clear. I didn't like it for a reason that was not about how, like, what the movie was. I didn't like it because I get anxious. Like, I feel anxiety. Too much anxiety when I watch movies like that. I really like Good Times, their other movie with Robert.
Oh yeah,
that was an incredible film. But something about, like, you know, that sort of I can't physically sit through movies where people are making wrong decisions over and over and over, where they could like extract themselves from a bad situation, but they just can't. They gotta, like, you know, Leaving Las Vegas style. They're on some sort of death trip or something like that. And Adam Sandler in that movie was fantastic. Idina Menzel was fantastic. But I got about halfway through and I was like, dude, quit it. Stop. Yeah. Go home. Be with your wife or your mistress.
It's almost like that's why I had trouble with Flight Attendant, the Kaylee Cuoco show on HBO Max. Yeah, it was like she keeps making the worst decisions at the most critical moment. You're like, at some point you stop feeling sympathy for this person. You just go, whatever's going to happen to you is your fault, and I can't be invested in this situation anymore.
And there's something to be said for characters that are anti-heroes, especially I think female anti-heroes that can do that. Like Walter White did that. Yeah, Better Call Saul, one of my favorite shows right now.
Right.
He does that a lot, but especially him, but also his girlfriend, his partner,
Kim Wexler.
Kim Wexler is one of the best written female characters of any television show ever created. She is like she's not she's a character who's shown herself to be just as drawn to the dark sides and dark impulses as anyone else, but she's not a shrew, and she's not like a nag. She's a perfectly written, well developed singular character that just happens to be a woman and who makes a lot of bad choices, and I love her for it. I love that. I think she's the top rated actress right now, or female character on television.
I love it.
Do you like how serious this episode is going? You probably expected a lot more wackiness, but
I was warned that there would be a lot of wackiness.
I
was prepared for it.
Well, I mean, we like to see the serious John as well, not just the outlaw that cuts out everyone.
Now, John, what was your top 2020? What was your top 2020 list?
Top films of 2020?
Yeah.
Or top moments? We don't know.
Your top moments, yeah. What was your top best moments of 2020?
Not getting COVID.
I think moving to San Diego was massive for us.
Oh, that's right.
You moved to San Diego. I didn't know.
Yeah. We moved here in October, so that was. I remember that I remember I came home from some audition in July or August. I think it was in August, halfway through August, and I said to my girlfriend, who was kind of itching to move anyway because LA had just gotten tough. And I said, and the COVID situation was out of control. And, please, let's make something really, really clear. Both liberals and conservatives are really shitty at wearing masks when they're supposed to be wearing fucking masks. And I want that to be very clear. This is not a political thing. All right. People try to turn this into a political thing. I saw plenty of liberals in West Hollywood and in Beverly Hills not wearing masks, not practicing social distancing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean,
mind blowing.
I know. I mean, I know people that are involved in like the highest levels of news and politics who are the ones preaching about the mask, who literally will come in, wear a mask for 5 seconds and take it off and be like, they almost think about it. It's more of like a form, like it's a formality, like being like, it's the polite thing to do for 2 seconds. So here, now let me take my mask off and talk real close.
It's mind blowing, but like it had gotten bad. So I came home and I think I just was at my wit's end with everything. And I said to her, I think we should get out of here. I think it's time. And I never in my life thought I'd say that in 20 years that I've lived in Los Angeles. Never thought I'd ever want to leave. And she's like, don't mess with me. Are you serious? Don't mess with me. And I was like, I'm serious. Let's start looking. So I mean, my girlfriend, this is why we work so well together. I'm not an organized person. My girlfriend is.
Surprising. That actually is surprising to hear.
Sean will tell you all my outlaw. They had to build a calendar for me because I like to keep everything in my head, except I'm getting older and I've double booked myself or forgotten appointments. And so it's like they've now built out a calendar for me so I can stay on point. And
shout out to Sean and Delia.
Yeah, Sean and
shout out to Sean, who's
do they do that for you?
Yeah, that's it. Shout out to Sean, who got poached from my Tuesday night, so he can go.
Oh, well, I didn't poach him. I said to him what I needed, and he said, "I'll make the decision." I said, "Don't you upset Videodrew. I need to, And he was like, "No, I'm going to do."
It's totally fine. He was only docked 3 weeks of pay. This show was all Sean's idea. It was Sean's. It was part of
that is very true.
That's great.
Daney, helped push it over the edge another way. I was always kind of like hesitant about where to take the Videodrew brand because it's become very clear where the line is between, this and like.
I basically begged to her to be the co-host until she accepted.
But she's great.
Most popular show on late night television on this channel.
Nice.
At 2 a.m. Brazilian time.
Speaking of guys, mid episode plug, or not mid episode. Don't worry, we're not that far from the end. But guys, Streamlabs still open, Super Chat's still open, and if you're a Patreon member, we do have an after show after this on Zoom. John, you are more than welcome to come, but you are not obligated to, considering it's a late hour. But we hang out with people. We run some trivia games. We hang out.
That's great.
Yeah. Let's get into our game now because we have something that by the way, John, This is something that I've always thought was going to be our show.
Okay.
The Videodrew and John Rocha show, which is Real Men Love Musicals. But we've switched this up a little bit to be Real Cowboys Love Musicals. So how this is going to work is it's not a competitive game show. Like it's a collaborative game show.
Oh,
so
I like that.
Yeah, exactly. We can all take a break from points and factions. I mean, as somebody in the dungeon, I don't really need to worry about like the points anymore. So what we're gonna
do you do?
Yeah.
I saw the Bateman Del Murrow debacle. Very close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, so I can afford to be magnanimous. What we're going to do here is we're going to show you a picture of a movie that is a Western or a movie that is a musical, and we have to sort of pitch it to an executive, their powers that be, as the other version of it. So if it's a musical, we pitch it as a Western, and what's that story going to be? Or if it's a Western, what's the musical version going to look like?
Okay.
Got it? It's pretty easy. We got about 5 or 6 of these, and because I know nothing about Westerns, this is going to be fun.
So is the game built for you to win, John? That's
yeah, and let's see what he's got here. Okay, so let's get going. I see that first one. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly as a musical. Some of these might have already been turned into musicals, by the way. Now, what is this movie about exactly?
It's about a treasure that these 3 men pursue. The good and the ugly stumble upon the information. The bad already knows the information, already knows about the treasure, and is trying to find it by torturing people left and right during the Civil War. And the good and the ugly kind of figure it out as they go along throughout the whole movie. But really, it's also kind of an indictment on the Civil War, an indictment on war in general. Remember, the Vietnam War was breaking out right around this time when the film was made. So it has what many people might be so upset about. It has a commentary on a social commentary running underneath the film itself. Yeah.
So I see Sondheim. I'm seeing Sondheim.
Yeah.
like assassin style. I don't want to blow my Lin-Manuel wad too early, so I'm going to say this is a Sondheim assassin style. Into the woods, meta commentary on the things during the Civil War, but it is of course actually metaphor. Right. We could put let's see, who is in this movie? Clint Eastwood and looks like J.K. Simmons and some other dude.
No, not J.K. Simmons. That's Lee Simmons. That's Lee Van Cleef
and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef and Eli Wallach. Yes.
Okay, I think Danny did have a point though that one of these is going to have to be played by Hugh Jackman just by the nature of the business here. Who else we got? Dennis O'Hare maybe. Dennis O'Hare could be could be one of the gunslingers. And then let's see, who's a good grizzled. Oh, Ray Winstone. He was in Cats.
Right.
Yeah. He was in Cats.
He was the barge cat. They added in a character just for Ray Winstone from Sexy Beast to be the barge cat. I like this. Do you have any thoughts, John, about what songs would be there?
Well, clearly Banderas can sing, so I'm not going to let you whitewash my only Latino character in this film. So I'm going to bring in Banderas. He's going to play the ugly. He's going to play the ugly.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We're talking about Banderas because of Evita. Is that why we think he can?
Well, that and Desperado. He sings that song.
I was thinking somebody like Diego Luna, or maybe even who's the Diego Luna's Y Tu Mama partner, the really cute one.
Gael Garcia Bernal. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do Gael Garcia Bernal in there.
Okay.
He's I don't know how old these people are supposed to be, or anything else about them. But Pedro Pascal. Also possible.
Pedro Pascal is possible. Actually, I like Pedro Pascal in that point. Okay. All right. Pascal, I can see that.
I mean, it's certainly not going to be any more of a waste of him than Wonder Woman 1984. So,
God.
Can I ask 18 more follow-up questions about 1984, or should we save that for the after show? I have so many questions. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's check out the next one.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, you're right. That actually has a bunch of songs that would work for it, like the good, the bad, the ugly, and it could all be like, we're 3 of a kind.
Yeah.
Living in this desert, good, the bad, and the ugly. something. My brain's not going to work that well tonight, but if it's Sondheim, it's going to involve a lot of wordplay.
A Mamma Mia Western. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
So this is so funny. I was just randomly scrolling through HBO Max today, kind of compiling a watch list for myself, and they have a lot of movies on there, old and new, and everywhere in between. And there was a movie on there from 1949, a Western called Three Godfathers, with John Wayne as one of the three Godfathers. So I thought to myself, that could work. This is the Western where the three guys are brought back by the woman who owns the bar in the town that all three of them had gone through around the same time and had relations with her. And now they're going to find out who is the real dad.
Who's the real dad, of course.
And but she holds a special secret to a treasure. And so there's a villain who is coming into town.
Is there always a treasure? Is that
literally and figuratively, there's always a treasure in a Western. Yeah.
You can say the kid is a treasure.
Wait. That's it. They don't know that there's a kid, that there's secretly a child.
Ah, yes. Good.
And the treasure is the fact that they have a grown-up daughter who's about to marry like a gunslinger from the wrong, he's the wrong side of town. And the three fathers or, potential fathers have to put aside their paternity issues and actually just feel for her and try to save her from this. Let's just say a Utah Mormon coming in to take her for one of the wives.
I love it. That's perfect. That's
right. Perfect idea. Meryl's going to star in it still. I can also see, let's see. I could see it being Kurt Russell. Who are the dads? Kurt Russell.
God damn it, Eric.
Treasures make the friends the wrong way, and the syphilis is going to be. Okay, so we got Kurt Russell.
Who woke up Eric?
Eric doesn't sleep.
I know. Kurt Russell. I think Pierce can still be in it. Pierce has done. Have you seen him on the AMC show The Sun? He looks really good as a guy in the West. He's got a big. Oh yeah, it's your friend's show.
Yeah, that's my friend's show. He's the showrunner of that show. He's created it.
That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, Pierce has that massive gray beard. It's fantastic. So Pierce could be in. Whoever that is, Stellan Skarsgård's got to go. That's not a guy.
We need a dandy though. We need somebody to be the dandy, like the fop who's rolled into town.
Oh, that's Colin Firth. Isn't that Colin Firth? Wouldn't that be Colin Firth?
Oh, you're right. So let's see. Who did I say originally? Kurt Russell could be the Stellan.
All right.
This sort of like the, I would say, it's the Matthew Fox from Bone Tomahawk. We need that kind of character. So let's say, who would that be? Trying to think about it. I'm going to go with Dennis O'Hare, but that's not right. Let's see. Who is Foppish? Who guys?
Foppish.
Yeah, Foppish. Like a
Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti could be Foppish. Yes.
Paul Giamatti's good. We could have a younger version. We could go with Jesse Plemons.
Oh, Jesse Plemons. Yes, perfect.
He's not quite foppish. He actually Jesse Plemons as the Mormon. As the Mormon.
I like it.
Mormon coming in to take the girl.
Okay. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. You're done. Like sold. Here's the money. Get to writing that thing. You're right. Ethan Hawke not only is foppish, but he's like he's the preacher who rode into town one weekend, conned everybody, left with the money. Perfect. Wow, chef's kiss. Hey, PLD. What up?
Is Denuzio in here? Oh shit, Ed Harris. Put Ed Harris in there in that movie.
Oh yeah. Well, Ed Harris is definitely the sassy best friend.
Yeah. Ed Harris is the Christine Baranski of the West.
Yeah, that's to say Ed Harris is the Christine Baranski. Now we're taking all the music out, so that means we do need.
What are you doing here, Ferris?
Oh, Ferris is in here. Wow.
What's he doing here? Ferris is my best friend. Oh, wow. So let's see who else.
Let's get ready, taking over.
Who's going to be the new Sergio Leone? I mean, in terms of music, who's going to be the? No, sorry, Enrico Morricone.
Ennio Morricone. Oh.
Who are we getting for this music? The musical score here. I'm tempted to say Angelo Badalamenti, but that's because I only think in one direction.
Well, is this a drama or is this a?
Oh, I can see this being a drama, right? It's a Western.
But it's supposed to be a Western.
Okay, all right. Drama. So you want a little more of a rollicking thing? Or
yeah.
You want more,
No, I want more I want that epic, true grit, original Bernstein kind of score. I want it to be like a big swelling kind of thing.
Who's the guy that does the stuff for Clone Wars? That guy.
Right.
Jovan something was his name? Who does the Clone Wars?
Him or Damon Dualdi, or what's his name? Dualdi, the guy who did Westworld and who does Game of Thrones. Raymond
Kevin
Dualdi.
Kiner, John?
Kevin Kiner, yes. Kevin Kiner.
Thank you, Google.
Oh, wait, I don't know. Rob Snark might have just had the right idea. Music's still by ABBA. It was just, that's perfect. Yes. Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Ludwig, this was one. Ludwig Göransson, Western Music, and Mandalorian. Yeah, he's good too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, very good. Good suggestion, Garth.
Okay. We're flying through these. You're really good at this, John. Thank you for.
I'm doing the best I can. Thank you.
I mean,
real cowboys love musicals, you know.
Real cowboys do love musicals. Yeah, let's go to the next one here.
All right,
Sean.
Okay. Ooh,
The Wild Bunch. Okay.
All right, so we're turning this into a musical, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is this? I know everything about westerns, but like for the sake of argument, pretend I don't.
So the Wild Bunch, yeah. So the Wild Bunch. So do I about David Lynch movies. So the Wild Bunch is a bunch of this group of people who are basically they run heists. They're a gang who does heists, and they're like near the tail end of their ability to do so. They're a little bit older. The West is changing. And they take this last job in the town, and it kind of all goes awry. And they have to go toe to toe with this Mexican general and his army in this town. And in essence, just like Rogue One, they end up sacrificing themselves to try to stop this guy from tearing apart the town. So these guys are bad guys, but they come together to stop an even badder guy, and they're being chased down by a former friend of theirs in Robert Ryan. So, and it's very bloody. Sam Peckinpah directed this one. Incredibly bloody film.
Again, I don't want to blow my voice, so I'm going to do the ASMR voice.
To be honest, I would go with Robert Snark suggestion. A gender reverse Mean Girls in the West.
Love it. Can I be honest?
That would be great music.
All right.
I would see this. I was going to say I'm going to try to like not blow my Lin-Manuel wad too early, but this might be the Lin-Manuel one. You know, like this kind of feels like it's going to have a lot of like rapping parts and like a lot of cool areas. Like, you know, I mean, the whole sacrifice thing. I feel like Lin-Manuel it's all about teamwork and togetherness, self-sacrifice. I feel like this is going to have a lot of. It's going to have a lot of.
Oh. Hello, Sammy, again.
She can't hear you. Oh, she's on headphones.
Oh.
Also, I don't think she doesn't know her name is Sammy. I'm thinking about changing it to something else, but I can't figure out. Let's see. Peanut.
You know that dogs know like 80 words after like 3 years, right?
Okay. Let's see. Pretzel. Dog. Cat.
That's not how dog education works.
Alan. Breakfast. Oh, breakfast? Okay, maybe breakfast. Breakfast? Maybe her name is Breakfast.
And that's why I like cats.
I love cats.
Do you love cats, John?
Of course.
Shit. Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah, I could do Andrew Lloyd Webber because this is such a poetic, massive, epic, not epic, but poetic, massive film. Western for sure, and there's even slow motion at the end where they're dying. They die in like slow motion and shit. It's really tragic. So I could see. Yeah, the Les Mis thing is possible for sure.
I believe the Les Mis people were French, like the book writer and the original lyricists were all French. But I think. Unless I'm crazy, because I know they aren't famous here. I know I've thought about 3 other composers that I know of Broadway stuff that I'm gonna save till the end of this, because we need to get to the Dear Evan Hansen guys at some point. You know.
Right.
But wait, so who's in this movie? Because we need to cast this now.
Okay.
Who was originally in this? We got.
Who's originally in this?
Ernest Borgnine.
It is on the
William Holden, Ernest Borgnine. Robert Ryan, see them there. Warren Oates, Van Johnson, a bunch of people were in this thing.
So let's see. You're gonna have to help me out, John, because as well, I know, of course, who all these people are. But like, exactly like kind of what vibe were they? Like Ernest Borgnine was Escape from New York, right? And
Ernest Borgnine, yes. Escape from New York, yes.
So I see him like Steve Buscemi, maybe a Steve Buscemi type, somebody that's a little bit, maybe, right? Or am I just making the Escape from LA?
I like that it's a nice twist. I like this nice twist. You wouldn't think Steve Buscemi for Ernest Borgnine role, but he could play it. A little more of a gruff guy, sure.
Well, tell me a little bit about these characters. Like, what are their?
I think Bibiani could play the Ernest Borgnine, and Bibiani can sing. Bibiani can sing.
He can sing.
That mofo can sing, son.
Wouldn't be a John Rocha appearance without a Bibiani reference.
I love Bibs. Now we're in a great position with each other right now.
Did you get any soap?
Right now.
So what? Did I get?
Have you got any soap yet? Any of his soap?
Oh no, I didn't know he was selling that soap. Right, I thought that was a joke, and then I was like, "Oh wait, that's real."
No, I mean I think that's the coolest thing. Like I've been baking a lot of stuff. I've been like baking, but no one wants to eat the food that I've been offering free of charge to any opponent who I play against. So.
If we ever play each other, I will have your food. In fact, I'll eat the food as we play.
John, I got to tell you, I've had stress streams lately where I'm like, oh my god, what happens if I get good enough where I'm going to have to actually play you or somebody else that's good, or like it's just so stressful to think about.
I know.
It would be an interesting match for the audience.
I agree. I think it would be. Especially if she puts David Lynch and I put Westerns on the wheel. It would absolutely.
Oh my god. But here's the thing. I can study Westerns. Studying David Lynch is going to be incredibly hard because you have to, because it's the director's stuff. I realize is all contextual. They mostly ask contextual questions, and it's very hard to ask a David Lynch contextual question. You're like in the sequence where someone's head turns into to a small crying baby, and then they wake up and they're a different character played by a different man, and it's blue fog is everywhere, and someone's singing in the background, and it's scary, but you don't know why. Like what was the name of that bar? And you're like, what? Like, there's no context. There's nothing to grab onto.
Nope.
That's why I think it's going to be a really great slice for the right person. Not me. I'm never going to put it on. Don't worry about it.
Of course not.
J.K. Simmons as Ernest Borgnine, maybe. So what's the age differentiate? What's the age spread we're looking at here for Wild Bunch?
What do you between them, or do you mean overall?
Overall, okay. I mean, should I get a Miles Teller in here? Should I get like a Ty Sheridan? If we get like an Evan Peters, or we go older?
Yeah. I like Evan Peters.
Love Evan Peters.
Listen, if you're gonna sell it, you got to go young. You got to go with the younger people. So maybe have one person who's older, and then everyone else is younger.
Happy birthday, Drew. By the way,
it's not my birthday. Which Chris?
Oh, has to be. No, because Pratt was terrible in that Magnificent Seven remake.
Yeah. I don't think Pine. Pine. Hemsworth? Possibly.
Tom Hiddleston.
Maybe.
Chris, Hemsworth. It might be Chris Hemsworth. Oh, Christoph Waltz.
Perfect.
Christoph Waltz.
I will I will whitewash the Mexican general and make it Christoph Waltz. I'm okay with that.
A Mexican general again. Okay, so Alfred Molina.
Oh, great choice. Perfect. Done.
Nice.
I saw him in Promising Young Woman, and I was just like, sorry for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but there is a great Alfred Molina cameo in that movie.
I forgot about that.
He wasn't even credited, I don't think. It was great.
Great cameo.
I mean, that movie was,
Drew, what do you think about, you like I said, you've been in the business, you know so many writers. What are these female writers' issues with this movie? Like, I read their articles that they're writing in some of these noted websites and publications, and I'm just taken aback by their anger at this movie because I thought this was goddamn brilliant.
It was a great movie. I can't speak for anyone else's thing. Okay. I think my issue with it was, I think a lot of people have this idea of like it being SJW kind of stuff. I think my issue is that the third act tonally switches to be a completely different kind of movie, and it underserves a lot of what has previously happened. I think a lot of the movie is about like it almost seems like it's a doomed redemption story, because the story with her and Bo Burnham, who is excellent in that movie.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I've become obsessed with Bo Burnham now. Like
Yeah.
I have such a conflicted relationship with his work now, because the character and him are interchangeable to me. But I think the moment Max Greenfield enters the picture and
I can
becomes,
understand that.
and that movie becomes almost like a send up or a parody of those 80s kind of, let's, people on a bachelor thing gone awry. I think that's where the movie kind of loses me and becomes a little bit goofy. And so I think that's it almost serves to the critical, trap of saying that this is the kind of movie that isn't taking seriously a lot of these issues.
I can totally see that point of view, and I absolutely respect that. To me, I read it in, and I totally don't discount what any of these intelligent women have written in their articles. It's more for me that I see the reason it switches, because these are the kind of idiots that these people become, that these jerk-offs in college become. These are the kind of bros that they become, and that you can't trust any of them that are in that circle, because they only care about protecting each other. But I totally understand the tone change, though.
I think what's great about the movie, and the for first 2/3 of the movie, quite honestly, is that it is persuasive. It is not the word perverse, but it is so nuanced, and it's so effective, because these guys, a lot of them that you're seeing, like, some of the guys are just being home, but like, especially some of the characters, it's subtle, it's shades, right? Like you can see like how some of these guys are good guys, or the fact that they forgot about being at a party where something like this happens. Like, she's like on this vengeful, righteous thing, but she's not necessarily right either. And then to make it so cartoonishly, like, these are these boys who do these kind of things, and these are the men to watch out for, because they're the obvious threat, when really the threat is the systematic issues that allow, like, Connie Britton's character and Alison Brie's character to sleep well at night. I think that's like what the movie's like most important and like persuasive and finely threaded issue is. So to kind of cartoon into cartoonishly evil people at the end is difficult.
Okay, I can respect it. I totally understand that.
But that movie was so effective to me. I like punched a wall like while watching it. Like it was a great film.
My girlfriend doesn't like a lot of movies. She's very, 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 very picky. About TV shows, she'll watch anything, but movies, she's very picky. She loved that movie. So,
Promising Young Woman, Weston. We're talking about Promising Young Women, and I'm not trying to spoil anything. I'm not trying to give anything away. But the chemistry between Carey Mulligan and Bo Burnham is so great in that movie that it's devastatingly effective. And Clancy Brown and Jennifer Coolidge as the parents playing against type, it's so good. Check that movie out, guys. It's if you're a chick, you felt this movie in your bones at some point in your life. If you're a dude, hopefully you will watch this movie and realize that, like, oh yeah, I see. Like, it's not attacking me. It's attacking the larger institutions that we've been raised up to believe are okay. It does not sound like the Wild Bunch. I don't know how we got off this topic.
That's how conversations goes here.
Yeah.
What's next? Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This can't last all night, guys. I have a puppy, and I think this thing is literally maybe actually like tranked up or something. This thing just sleeps all the time, and I love it. Okay, Mary Poppins. Okay, Danny, do you want to try taking this one? I think I have an idea, but we can, because this is basically Sarah Plain and Tall. Right? That's
yes, but I could see like a solo female cowboy origin story, starring Mary Poppins. Has to take care of some orphans or something.
No, I think this is more like, a grizzled, it's a grizzled guy who's got these 2 kids because his wife died of typhus or whatever. He's got these 2 kids. He's trying to live this hard life on, like Mr. Banks trying to live this hard life. And he gets, there's a traveling marauder. This guy comes into town, does all jobs in the neighborhood and mentions and recommends a what are they called? A spinster woman who can help out with these with these bratty children that he can't control. These these 8 or 9, like, you know, just totally wild, like, you know, wearing in, you know, almost like they're almost gone feral. They're almost like native. They're friends with like the Indians, populace and stuff. And
Native American.
Sorry, yes, of course. Native American. I'm just talking about the vernacular at.
For the show. Yeah, for the movies.
Yeah,
right. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So you know, the townspeople all look down on them. This guy isn't able to sell his rawhide or whatever because his family is considered so wild. And so in comes this spinster woman who's considered sort of like a matron in society. You know, considered kind of lesser than because she is, you know, an unmarried, 30-something.
Yeah.
And she uses her magic. Maybe she is even a person
she has magic.
Well, maybe she is herself a Native American woman who comes in and teaches the children and gives them all these lessons and is able to control them, and using also with her friend the traveling salesman, whatever you want to call him, the fixer-upper guy.
Okay.
So he actually ends up really liking this woman and really defending her, and then the townspeople are like, wait, you've hired one of the natives to come watch your children, and they, you know, try to run them out of town. And it's really about this sort of magical figure. I don't want to fall into the trope of using the, you know, magical other, right? But I think there is something to be said about the sort of small town bigotry of the early frontier people and the world that she could expose them into, which would again still involve cartoon penguins. So that's my pitch. Anyone else got something?
I like this idea completely. And also the Dick Van Dyke character has to have a terrible Western accent just to keep on brand.
Yeah. That's absolutely gotta be terrible.
You have to keep the tone, you know.
Right.
I'm trying to think what actress could play this character.
She also has a shotgun in her umbrella. Like, it isn't just an umbrella.
Oh, it's absolutely a shotgun.
Right? It's
absolutely a shotgun. I think like the spoonful of sugar. I mean, she's also like, the kids respect her because she slaughters the animals herself. She, like, you know, she sews, she does all that. I'm trying to think of who I could see doing a really good job in this role. But
Annette Bening? Maybe Annette Bening. She was great in Open Range.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I'm trying to think. You know who I really, really loved in Fargo season 2? And he was in Dr. Sleep. It's that guy who played Hansi in season 2 of Fargo, and Dr. Sleep. Let me look up his name. Let's see. Played by. Here we go. Zahn McClarnon. There we go.
Okay.
Zahn McClarnon. He was in Dr. Sleep as the Crow. Danny, funny enough, you know, the guy, the second in command to Rebecca Ferguson. Yeah. He's fantastic. Yes. I want him to be in everything. He's also in Westworld. I want him to be in everything.
The Crow Daddy, right?
Yeah, the Crow Daddy. The Crow Daddy, exactly. But guys, in the who we seeing for there? I almost wanted to be a person of color to play the Mary Poppins character. So let's see if any suggestions. Maybe like Zendaya, or possibly. Let's see if anyone got some. Emily Blunt, maybe.
Zendaya is possible.
Yeah. Who's the woman I just saw in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom who was incredible? Not Viola, but the person who played her lover. She was great. I'm sure we can find some people. We can get Tessa Thompson. We can find somebody. But it'd be great to find actually a Native American actress. Rita. Yeah. I guess we're depending on the age that we're trying to look for. But I think that's a good one. I do like the talking penguins still being involved because those kids are going to go ape shit when they see what a penguin is. Yep. That's just going to be amazing. I see this sort of like a backwards Last of the Mohicans, like a backwards Dances with Wolves, you know, with it's sort of like a flop version of that. Maya Rudolph?
Ooh, okay, so that turns into more of a comedic Western than if we have Maya, right?
Maybe. I mean, I think Maya can play. She can play it pretty straight sometimes, can't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Let's see.
It'll be a tone shift a little bit, but I can see that.
She's definitely done like 1 or 2 serious roles. I saw her in that John Krasinski movie.
Yeah, Away We Go.
Away We Go.
Yeah.
Great pull.
I love that
Great
movie.
pull.
Good movie, man.
What about you, Danny? You have any thoughts on this one? Do you even know what Mary Poppins is?
It's a little bit earlier than my time.
What does that mean? Have you listened to the Beatles? Then nothing is earlier than. Do you know Elvis? Then
Of course, I know Beatles and Elvis. They reached Brazil, John.
Earlier. I hate when people say that. It's like, oh, it's before my time. Bull fucking shit. You just haven't seen it. Because if you know the Beatles and you know Elvis, they were also before your time.
A lot of things.
The Beatles and Elvis is not the same culture as
What?
Mary Poppins.
I disagree.
Wait,
completely.
wait, is your argument that you haven't seen Mary Poppins because it was before your time?
Yeah, it's his
Is
argument.
that it? What the hell, Danny?
I'm not saying it's the best argument, okay?
I
But
also
it is an argument.
I am also saying that's not the best argument. Oh, Tandy Newton.
Oh, Tandy Newton after
Tandy
Westworld.
Newton.
Yep.
I'm
sold. I'm sold on that.
Okay, so let's do that. Tandy Newton.
Okay.
Who's gonna play the Dick Van Dyke, and who's gonna play the dad? Let's see. What's a Beatle? What are you in that movie yesterday, Ferris? That's a movie I've seen.
Ferris is younger than me, so I can understand that.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like a good sort of jack of all trades, step in time, Dick Van Dyke sort of energy. Who's kind of Jake Gyllenhaal. Perfect.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Perfect.
Done.
Yep.
And you know what? I want to see Parasite direct this.
Oh, Bong Joon-ho. All right.
I want Bong Joon-ho to direct this movie specifically.
And you have to get the guy who voices the penguins of Madagascar to voice the penguins in this movie too.
Wait, the penguins of Madagascar. I think it's Alan Tudyk. I mean, it's he's just around.
Tudyk's a
It's
good
just
choice.
Tudyk's just around. It's always going to be Tudyk.
Yeah,
I see like the dad even could be Nathan Fillion. We get a little bit of a reunion of Firefly people. Although I think also the dad could be somebody that's a little bit more gruff, a little bit grosser, like a Josh Brolin type. I could see.
Okay, Josh Brolin. Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Josh Brolin, yeah, Josh Brolin. Why do I always say Josh
Berlin? Why did you say Josh Berlin?
I don't know. Josh Brolin. Tom Hanks for the dad, he's way too nice. Colin Farrell for the dad, possibly.
Ooh, Colin Farrell.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell, let's see. Tiny kind of car. Let's see. What are you guys doing? Barbarian's pet is a musician. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Elvis. Oh my
God.
Oh,
right.
Jesus
Elvis.
Christ.
Have some respect.
Nick Cage as the bad guy in town. Who was that? In Mary Poppins is like the guy who runs the bank, I guess. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do Nick Cage as like the sort of the unhinged mayor who's really anti, having the native people interact and intermingle with the settlers. Love it. Done.
Settlers?
Yeah, because they're frontier people. They're new.
Yeah.
Oregon Trail. Everyone's dying of diphtheria. Okay. We have another one, Sean. What do we?
I got to go after this one. I got to get going.
No, absolutely. This is our last one. Okay. And thank you, by the way, Garon. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's okay. It's been a blast.
This is not your regular Schmoedown talk show.
That's not. Yeah, that's John. You know what you sign up for.
Yeah, I like unusual things. I'm always up for anything, man.
I myself am strange and unusual.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I love you.
Okay. Oh, thank you. What do you see for this one?
So this is going to be a musical, right? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
All right. So this is obviously a third in the trilogy. The last one goes back to the Old West. Doc is lost. So if it's a musical,
I think this is easily trained. You could just make this story into the musical.
I guess you're right. 1,000% right. You're 1,000% right. You can make this. I think that's where you put J.K. Simmons.
Yes. Oh God, you're right.
Right? That'd be perfect.
Can he sing? I feel like he can, right?
Yes, he can absolutely sing.
Okay, so this is also where I'm going to put the Dear Evan Hansen composers. That's where I'm going to use the because it's also the La La Land guys, right? It's Justin Paul and Benji Bazik, right? So they've done La La Land, they've done Dear Evan Hansen, The Greatest Showman, Dogfight. Yeah. So
I remember John defending that movie.
I love that movie.
I fucking love The Greatest Showman.
Yeah,
the songs, the bangers in that are amazing. So that actually gives me an idea. Efron as Marty.
Oh, Efron as Marty. I could see that. Okay.
Efron knows Merity. That's
and Mary. I think you can still do a Mary Steenburgen, but if you don't want to do that route with J.K. Simmons, who would
unless you want to get Ted Danson as Doc, and then you do her as Mary. Pretty good. The only thing is, like, left is who's Biff? Who we got?
Biff.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
That's Jesse Plemons. It's got to be Jesse Plemons. I know we already casted him, but like that's a possibility.
I mean, that's true. I was about to say, can Jesse Simmons sing? But yeah, he can because I saw him in. I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and he sang that whole song from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
like the Flores Creek. Wow, that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then I could see this being a big elaborate set piece. You know, this is by what's her name, Julie Tamar does this. So this is going to be. You know, it's going to be like the flying cars and the Old West. It's going to be immersive theater. The people are going to come into the audience. It's going to smell like the Old West. It's going to be the whole thing set up like a saloon. Yeah. It's going to be awesome, guys.
Yeah, I like it.
Cinema 5D, basically.
Cinema 5D. It's called theater, Danny. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of it over in Brazil, but it's kind of like what you're.
It's the same word for us, okay? Give me a break.
Okay, look at this. John Rocha, Marshall Strickland.
I don't know who John Rocha is, but I know who
That's
John
a weird way to spell Rocha.
I know, right?
Not even Brazilian says that.
He's doing it on purpose. I know he's doing it on purpose. I like Garth. I like Garth's suggestion. Nick Nolte as Doc Brown.
Yeah, I really think that's good. I'm not to go back because we are finishing up here. But who is going to be the and going back to Mary Poppins? Who's going to be the guy on the ceiling? Let's just say, who is going to be? Again, I just want to put Jake Gyllenhaal in everything, but do Zach Galifianakis, and he's good.
Oh, Galifianakis is a great choice. I like that. Yeah,
Zach Galifianakis or Michael Pena, because I just watched Wrinkle in Time. So one of those.
I hate babysitters, by the way.
Babysitters? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fun, and I'm glad to hear that you hate babysitters. Speaking of that, perfect segue. John, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Do you want to plug anything or tell us where we can find you, but not your home address? Don't tell them your home address.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep following Videodrew and everything she's doing. She's a great talent in this space and deserves all your love and recognition and your donations. You guys have been a bit light tonight, huh? A little light tonight. Send a little money to give her some love. Send a little money. She's got a new puppy to worry about, so give her some support, you selfish sons of bitches. Send in some goddamn money.
This is why I don't do well on my shows. I forget to do that.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to step on some nuts to get some cash. Much love to Danny as well. Thank you for having me on, and thank you to Sean. But yeah, you can find me at The Rocha Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And of course, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/John Rocha Says. We are about to cross 16,000 subscribers, so come be a part of the Outlaw Nation. Got so much going on there. Our WandaVision reviews are killing it with Emma Fife on the Geek Buddies there, and we do politics, talk sports, pro wrestling, and of course, entertainment, film, all of that stuff, and the Outlaw Nation, which I got to get Drew back on because it's been a long time. So
it's been a while.
Got to get it back on. So,
but
so there you go. Yep.
Real quick for WandaVision. It's going to be Al Pacino as Mephisto. It is 100% going to be Al Pacino as Mephisto. And it's going to turn out that Lore's friend, Master Pandemonium, is going to be Evan Peters. That's it.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, and I am 100% right on this. So
hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
Wanda. How are you, Wanda?
Wanda.
I have so many names, Wanda.
It's Devil's Advocate. It's just him doing the Devil's Advocate. I'm a fan of man. Danny, where can we find you besides above?
First of all, it was a pleasure and an honor to talk to you, Mr. Rocha. We always cross paths in the most crazy, weird ways, but we finally could have a little serious talk.
Yeah,
I've been watching this guy for fucking 5 years now. What's your end game? When are you going to stop?
When I become Christian Harloff, then I'll stop.
You have your own league, the Outlaw League.
I want my own thing that I can just sit back, relax, and collect money off of. Yes, that's what
Christian,
I would like.
When I think of Christian, I think sit back and relax.
Well, that's his own fault that he doesn't do that. I'm not going to be like him.
Anyway, you can find me at Let's Get Ready Network, where we talk about Schmoedown, American sports for some reason, Star Wars, WandaVision reviews, and I'm probably going to do the Falcon and Winter Soldier review because I need to do something besides editing. So you can find me there.
Hi, guys. I always forget to say the thing about liking, subscribing, and rating this channel, so do that. You can sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/Videodrew. We do awesome things. We do a lot of study sessions, man. We've gotten hardcore about study sessions, but also game nights, movie nights. There's a bunch of fun things coming up. So that's patreon.com/Videodrew. Videodrew is one word, people. It is one word. You can also find me on social media on Videodrew, Letterboxd. Don't worry, I'm lying about 90% of what I'm writing there on Letterboxd. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Something come in?
$100 nice. From Vernon.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, Vernon. Damn, thank you, Vernon. That's awesome. So, you can find me Mondays and Thursdays, Video Chronic Pop Culture Quiz. Vernon's a frequent player. We have to get you on for one of these quizzes, John. It's awesome.
Sure.
20 inner geekdom style contextual questions about one movie or franchise. So you tell me which one you want to do. We recently did Taxi Driver. I almost won that one. Wow. Crazy. Cinema Bias on Tuesday. You know that one. You know it very well. We've been doing we've been doing for Black History Month. We've been doing a bunch of Black cinema, which has actually been really helpful. Nice. In learning a bunch of stuff. I made Alex watch Get Out, which she's never seen.
Wow.
She had some thoughts about it, so that's good.
I'm sure she did.
We're doing Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, our first streaming one on Tuesday, so that one's awesome. Then Sunday nights, Live in the Dark with Videodrew. That's right here. You can also check out a show that I've been writing for Rotten Tomatoes' new OTT programming on Peacock. It's hosted by Mark Ellis. It's called RT Essentials, or RT Playlist, rather. Nice. So, check me out over there. Check out that work. Thumbs up, like all the stuff. It's been awesome. So, now I'm writing for TV now. No big deal. Check me out on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, where I'm going to be playing Josh McCouga. I think on March 20-something. I'm really looking forward to that because he loves me and we're going to get married and probably on air. So that's going to be really good. Buy all the dungeon merch that you want, or technically buy whatever faction merch you want. It's still going to us anyway when we win.
True.
True. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. We'll be back next week when we'll have some other people on and they will also say words. Okay. Bye-bye. Let's see. Bye. Oh, this one.